Just around the bend.
Well, there it is down below. I'm flying into San Diego, but that's a look at
Still, that's
where I will be on Saturday
everybody
morning,
wants to go.
walking through that.
Might
I'm
be a
looking
mile right up ahead. All I really know is that I'm not there yet.
Hello, hop a day. This is Holly Hiker here, and I'm now in San Diego, California, April the 9th, and tomorrow morning, April the 10th, I start my hike on the Pacific Creat Trail. So I thought I would take just a few minutes, not a long period of time, to go through the traditional pre-hike gear review and show you some of the things that I will be using on my hike this year. I'm not going to go through everything in detail. I'm just going to go through some basic things. So let's get started.
Half a day, total knowledge, thank you. Half a day, 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 half a day.
Well, one of the first things that I did was deal with myself. So let me show you a little before and after. All right, this is my hair now. I'll call it the old hair before I get my haircut for the PCT today. All right, and here's my new look. Good and short for the trail. Let's see if I can get down here. There you go. Now you can see how nice and short it is. Okay, so one of the most important pieces of gear I feel that I have are really my shoes. And I am going to be using some New Balance shoes because for me, I'm a big guy. I need shoes that have a great stability. And I also need shoes with big sizes and that are wide. So while I did try a lot of other shoes, the ones that seemed to be popular, which I would have liked to have used, simply didn't come in my size. So I ended up going to these New Balances, which I've been using, and they are working really great. They're called the Fresh Foam, and they're working really great, but I'm also using an insert inside of these to give me a little more stability. Now, I did try the Superfeet Green, which have a plastic back on there for stability, but which are a little expensive, but I found that the good old Scholl's, and these are called Scholl's Extra Support gel massaging insoles, have also a little plastic backing on here, and these provide as much support as those green Superfeet Greens, and are much less expensive, I should say. So I am using these, and I'm bringing extra inserts along, and then I will have some sent to me. Or that's the other thing. These can be bought just about any place along the trail. Walmart, pharmacies, grocery stores, everywhere, where the Super Greens, you have to either buy them in a sports store or order them in. So that makes these much more accessible, and that's one of the other reasons why I decided to use these inserts. So that's what's going on with my feet. Okay, for my backpack, I'm using an Osprey Atmos 65. This thing just feels really comfortable to me. I will tell you this, I started out and actually ordered a ULA circuit, but I ordered the circuit, the new one that is made of total waterproof material, and it was sent to me. The shoulder straps just weren't working for me. It could have been fixed, but there wasn't enough time to fix that before I headed on the trail. So I had to send that back, and I ended up getting this. This thing works really nice for me. I want to say that Peter and his staff at ULA were just outstanding. If you work with ULA and you want to get a circuit backpack or one of their other ULA packs, those people are really great. So I have no problems with ULA at all. but I'm also really pleased with this Osprey backpack. I've got, you know, the normal stuff. I have the Neo Air air pad. I have my quilt in here. That is actually an Enlightenment quilt. I got the super wide 950 down 10 degree because I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", so I need a lot of room. So I got a quilt instead of a bag. I got the Z-Packs duplex tent that I will be using. Just normal stuff here. Let me show you my little cooking system here. Okay, so this is my system. It's not, you can see it's not real big, but this pot is has handles on it, and it is 1 liter. That's right, 1 liter pot, a really good size, which I like, which is about 4 cups. But what's interesting is this pot has on the bottom a heat exchanger. So it looks like 1/2 of a Jetboil. And so let me tell you the story. I had really looked at the Jetboils, and I really liked the concept of them, but they were big and they just didn't give me what I wanted. That new Jetboil came out, but it didn't have real handles on the side, and it didn't have an automatic ignition for the stove. So what I did is I shopped around. I ended up getting, you know, the Soto Windmaster stove, which I really like. Let me show you here. People know what it looks like already, but this is it. I got the one that has the 4 prongs on it, so that it carries this pot really well. You can see there's plenty of room on this pot. I don't have a problem with it falling off or slipping and sliding. But you put that on, and all of a sudden I have something that's comparable to the Jetboil. In fact, just as good as a Jetboil. And you put the cost of the Soto Windmaster and the cost of this pot together with this heat exchanger on there, and you can buy different kinds online, but it's still almost, I won't say half, but it's much cheaper than buying the Jetboil. And you have the same thing, and I have a bigger capacity. Then what I did is good old Walmart. I wanted something that had a cup. So Walmart sells these cups right here, which have handles on it. Handles on there. And so that cup can fit right inside of this. And then, of course, I got my container that fits right inside the cup. This is a small one. The medium will fit inside this cup. And then I can put the cup and turn the cup upside down, actually, and put it on top inside like that. So it all is compact, but I'm starting out with a small one because I wanted to see just exactly how many stove hits I will get with this small canister versus the medium size. Small, I mean 100 milligrams, or 110 grams, 110 grams versus the 250, I think they are, or 220s. So, you know, I can get little things like my little sponge and other stuff in there. So that's what I'm going to be using to be cooking with. And you can see, if I look inside, got my little sponge on the side there, got my canister inside here, and then my stove just goes right down inside there, and then the lid just goes right on top of here. So everything fits really nice and compact. So there it is, everything's inside. I get a little cleaning sponge, and I have a little packet with salt and pepper packets inside that I'm keeping here with this cook kit. And then I just, this has a lid for the pot, so I can just set that right on top, and it also has a drinking thing, so you can drink out of this if I wanted to as well. So that's it. So nothing else that's really unique. I am using for my filtration system the Sawyer. I'm carrying this along as just an extra piece of capacity. It's a small 1 liter bag, but I have another 2 liter platypus. And then I'm going to be carrying, actually, for water, I'm carrying 2 1.5 liter bottles. I'm a big guy, so I can carry that together with one 1 liter bottle. And you put that together with my platypus and other stuff, I'm going to have a carry capacity of anywhere, depending on how you want it, anywhere from 5 to 7 liters of water. The other thing I'm doing is, as an alternative source, I'm using a Sterapin. Let me pull this out here. So this is the Sterapin. You just put it inside the water, if it's a liter bottle, and stir it around for about 90 seconds, and it kills all the bacteria plus any viruses that are in there. So I've got that as an alternative. I have one more alternative that I think I'm going to use, and at some point in time through the hike, I'm sure I'm going to get rid of one of these or the other, and that is this. That's this other filter. I can't think the name of it now, but I'm sure all of you know what it is. It's for those other ones, but it has a wide mouth, so you can't use it on normal water bottles. But at Walmart, you can buy these collapsible water bottles. And I'm going to carry this with me, and I'll probably use this for electrolyte mixing and so forth. But this filter fits right on the top of that and works right with this bottle as well. So I can use that and drink out of it for my electrolytes and so forth. So I'll probably just see what's going on. But I like having this extra bottle here. It gives me another 750 liters of water capacity, and we'll see if it's going to be a nuisance or not. So one other thing that may be unique is everybody carries their battery chargers with them, their big ones. This is not the normal brand name charger that everybody's using. This is a 10,000 milliamp charger, but what is interesting about this is it's solar. You can charge it by solar power, which is, this is a big solar panel here, or I can plug it into an electrical outlet and charge it as well. So I'm only carrying a cell phone with me together with my headlamp, my night lamp for walking and so forth. So I don't need a lot of devices to be charged. So hopefully this will work. If not, down the road I'll pick up a 20,000 milliamp charger. But we'll see how this works with the solar panel on the back that I can charge even while I'm walking. One other thing I did buy, I've got myself a ground cloth. I've got this labeled here. You know, I've got the Z-Packs Duplex, which really doesn't need a ground cloth, but I figured there would be nights where I will be cowboy camping without using a tent. And so I wanted to have something to lay my my air mattress on, you know, instead of just, I didn't want to use the tent and lay things on top of the tent. So I got this ground cloth, which has tags on this end so I can stake it out. It's not just a plain cloth. So I've got this so I can cowboy camp, and we'll see how that works as well. So my trekking poles are black diamonds. I got the aluminums instead of the graphite, again, because I'm a big guy. I thought that I would have a little more stability with the aluminum poles than I would with the graphite in a stressful situation where one or the other is going to happen. The graphite will break or the aluminum will bend. I prefer to have the aluminum bend than the graphite breaking on me. So I did that. You see that I've got some duct tape on here. I've done this on purpose. You know, I watched one video from one hiker last year, and they had their Leuco tape and their duct tape that they would use, the duct tape for repair work, wrapped around their trekking pole to save space, packing space. and it's readily available. So I wrapped several, a couple wraps on this pole and a few wraps on the other pole, so I'd have the duct tape here. Okay, one last thing before I sign off. On my hydration side, again, I'm going to be using a lot of electrolytes, for the first 700 miles as we cross California desert area. And so I'm not sure exactly which ones I want to use, and stay with one. So I'm trying out 3 different kinds while I start this hike. A little extra weight, but we'll see what happens in tweaking the system. So I've got the Nuns, which seems to be popular, so I'll be using that. I found these hydration packs at, I think it was Walmart in the pharmacy section. So I'll try these. They're called Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier. And then I've got some, I took them out of the bottle, but they're actually chewable salt tablets, flavored chewable salt tablets. So I will be, I put them in this plastic bag, but I've got the bottle for them. Let me see here. There we go. My son surprised me with these yesterday when he picked me up here in San Diego. So they're called Salt Stick Fast Chews. And I've never used them before, but obviously I didn't want to, since my son gave them to me, I didn't want to waste them or throw them away. So I'm bringing some along with me that you saw. I put in a plastic bag instead of carrying this bottle. And we'll see how those work as well. So, I won't be carrying all of that electrolyte with me the whole trip, but for the first 100 miles or so, I'll go through them and I'll try them and I'll see which works. One thing I did do with my food, as you can see, is I packed gallon freezer bags with days on there. Day 2, 3, I have one here somewhere. And inside one of these gallon bags, I have smaller ones that are packed with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I did that so that I don't have to go down into my food bag, which I will be keeping in the center of my backpack all the time during the day to get breakfast or lunch or dinner out. In the morning when I start out, I'll just put, like this will be day 2. On day 2, I'll just get this out of my food bag and put it on the top of my backpack, and it'll be there ready for me as I hike through the day, and I don't have to go digging inside my backpack and the food bag to get what I need for that day. My clothing, I've got sort of separated in separate bags that I bought. And you can see they're lined up here. I have a different articles of clothing, so that's about it. All right, that about does it with this no thrill, no frill gear pre-hike gear review. I'm not going to go through all of the food that I'm packing or all of my clothing stuff. I just decided I wasn't going to do it and take the time to do it. I need to get all this stuff packed up, have some nice dinner tonight, get a good rest, and start out early in the morning. So I will see you at the southern terminus tomorrow morning. Goodbye and adios.
Papa Day told them all thank you.